What's news, Artifam? Happy Halloween! Clonetober is almost over. Eggvember is upon us. And last week, the raffle, was it a success? I think it was. Were there some problems? Yes, there were some problems for sure. Just like we covered in episode 7, things just do not go perfect all of the time. I mean, we're in a nascent industry just on the bleeding edge of this entire technology. And with as many moving parts and puzzles to put together and solve, like, you got 10,000 people out here probably trying to hack this thing, and they just missed something. And it resulted in people being able to mint more than they deserved, which cost a lot of us some opportunities. I mean, in all fairness, like, I did not get to earn the raffle. So I had to go sail the open seas after, which, you know, definitely cost me some more money than the mint would have. But like, at the end of the day, I just don't really care, if I'm just being honest, right? Like, I have a really long-term vision on this. I'm not trying to sound like some kind of sycophant or anything up here. I know a lot of people were really hurt by that, and I don't blame them for sure. But, you know, at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? You're gonna invite some third-party auditors in there? You definitely could. A lot of projects do. But when you have the type of code that they do you really want to invite people in so they can kind of scrub through all of your code and learn from everything that you're doing? I mean, they might exploit it. They might release information that you don't want released. There's a whole set of problems that come with bringing in a third party to your project. So they're going to learn from this. Next time it'll be better. And, you know, at the end of the day, you just have to roll with the punches. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but hopefully you can mend from it and just get excited about the future, because there's a long, strong future out here for Artifact and the holders. So that's my opinion on the raffle. And in this Halloween episode, I thought it was a good time to introduce the one and only, the Artifact News mascot, Kiki. Kiki.
Artifact News, what is going on?
Yo, what's up, man? How you
I
doing?
haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah, it's been a long time. You good?
It's been great.
Okay, man, you good?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, thank you for inviting me to episode number 8.
Oh, hey, man, it's my pleasure. You know, just please don't leave.
What?
I mean,
You don't want me to sing?
you know.
You don't like this right here? Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, Kiki, man, that sounds all right.
Yeah, if you don't like that, man, we got problems.
Well, then we might have a problem, you know?
Okay. I'll try not to.
Hey, Kiki, man.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so thank you for inviting me. I'll get out of here now, but later, I'm going to bring my friends, FOMO and Fug through here.
Oh, no way. I love them.
So everybody, peace.
Okay.
Peace.
All right, everybody. So let's trick or treat this thing. Let's look ahead to Eggvember and see what we got going on out here, because there's still some big question marks out there, like the Monolith 2. I mean, this was a side quest. That is the main quest. When is that going to pop off, right? I mean, we have the Animus, which is definitely happening in November. Then Monolith 2, you know, still up in the air on that one, right? And also something that I'm super excited about is the space pod burning. I mean, is it going to be Pod-Sember? Are we looking at that? I mean, we could be looking at that. I hope in this next month here in Eggvember that we're going to get some more lore, maybe some more of those amazing videos that they were rolling out. So there's a lot of new information. It's Halloween. Let's have some fun here, right? Thank you for joining me. Let's go. All right, so here we go. The end of Clonetober, the beginning of Eggvember. There's a lot of information and a bunch of really great videos, to be honest. A lot to cover. Let's jump in. Okay, so first we're going to go through some of the information that we can find on Twitter from some of the staff. This first tweet actually has not a whole lot to do with any of this, to be honest, but it's something that I thought was pretty interesting. This is from ClegFX. I asked a question, if you had to guess, how far off do you think the Apple AR glasses are? The mixed realities seem to be on the way, but wondering how far the true AR glasses might be. 2025? And then Clegg responded with 2 years. Now, if there's anybody in the industry that knows how far off these glasses are, I'm pretty sure it's Chris. And he's saying 2 years, which is good to know. I think that can help set expectations, because I think a lot of us, myself included, were hoping the AR glasses and the AR experience that we're really hoping for is like imminent. And I mean, I thought it might be coming at any time, right? But if he's saying 2 years, gotta believe him for sure, right? Which is cool, because there is mixed reality, like as we're seeing with the Oculus Pro, and I've been hearing that with the Apple AR, or the Apple VR glasses anyway, that mixed reality is going to be very important at this point. Because mixed reality, you're talking VR and AR, they're mixed. And what that allows you to do is use the VR goggles in a way where they have a pass-through option, which means they have cameras on the front. And when those are activated, it shows your environment perfectly. At that point, you can then activate what appears to be AR. Like, it's not truthfully like pure AR that we're hoping for, but it's going to be really similar. It's really going to provide the use case and, let us see what this tech could possibly be. I mean, I wonder if Artifact is going to take advantage of this and allow us to view some of our AR items through a mixed reality experience, which would be great too, right? Like if somebody has the hoodie on and being able to look at them through the MR glasses and see, without having to hold the phone up, through the goggles, being able to see the wings coming off of the hoodie. Like that would be completely sweet. Like I hope that's what we're going to see here with mixed reality. But as we can see here, AR is a ways off. 2 years. So, all right. So now let's talk a little bit about this raffle. This was a tweet from Artifact, and it was saying, due to ETH fluctuations, the cabin luggage will be 2 ETH and the worker bot will be 0.07 ETH. That was great. I'm glad they didn't stick to their guns and they realized that ETH was kind of mooning at this point. So it was great that they put in some price measures to make sure that it didn't get out of control there. And, then we had the raffle, and clearly there were some problems that arose with the loopable contract and people being able to exploit it and mint more than they wanted. And then, Ben came out after and was saying, thanks for everyone's patience. It wasn't perfect, and it never is when you try new things. We will continue to improve. Hope those that stayed up late managed to mint. Please take into consideration the work the whole team put in, and that doing these drops are exhausting. I can only imagine. I mean, just sleepless nights, wondering if the tech is going to break, just wondering if everybody is handling everything they need to handle. And I'm sure that everyone's their whole entire team's probably pulling 18-hour days trying to make sure this happens, right? So it was cool that he came out and said something about it. And then Sam had some tweets too. So he was saying, yes, I'm aware of the issue with the loopable exploit. The reality is this was the first raffle we've done, and also an intense collaboration with OnCyber. The entire team worked really hard on both ends to ensure a very unique and new experience. So yeah, the loopable exploit. It was, I believe what you could do is if you did win the raffle, you could get in there, mint, then send that to a different wallet, and then jump back in and mint again and just keep doing it until you either ran out of ETH or time. And there were some people that snagged quite a few. So it was definitely a problem. And then Sam said there was a cool thread from Maximoni, one of their tech members, about the special work made during the raffle to maximize fairness in the randomization and intensive usage of the VRF chain link. So that's a cool thread if you want to check that out from Maximoni about all the intricate details. Sam also mentioned that now that the raffle is behind us, some of our internal focus can be reshifted towards the anti-theft system. We have been working on very good improvements and hope to release very soon. I'm still recovering from a surgery, so I won't be on Twitter for another week. So yeah, hey Sam, I hope the surgery recovery is going well. And this sounds really interesting here, an anti-theft system. That would really differentiate the Clone X ecosystem if there was a good safety measure in place so that you could not necessarily guarantee, but you have a much stronger option for not losing your items, because these things are mad expensive. So any kind of anti-theft measure is going to be completely appreciated. And then Sam talking about some success here. The biggest tech achievement during this raffle is the on-chain randomization with set scarcity, making sure we generate X amount of certain type of tokens while staying on-chain, random, fair, and proven. This, without leading to high gas, no gas war, is a true success in his eyes. And yeah, I mean, that's one of the more important things too, just to make sure that things are random, fair, and proven. I've been part of some mints where it's like you're just wondering if people were getting doled out extra mints or if it was unfair or whatever. So like just the fact that they're making sure that we know that it was random and that it can be proven and it was on chain. So that's actually really good to know. I'm happy to know that. And then there was something pretty big that happened. Here, we're gonna check this out here. So as you can see, there was actually 4 cases. Wow, I did not see this coming at all. I thought this was gonna be only 1 case with possibly 4 items in it. But this is a huge piece of news. This is actually, there are 4 cases. And, you know, according to the Ramoa site where they were talking about 4 wearables, it looks like possibly each one of these cases is going to get its own wearable. This one right here is called Confidence. This one's called Exploration. This one's called Vision. This one's pretty rare. 143 owners. And then we have the Bad Mama Jamma right here. This is the Mimic. There's only 7 of these. That is huge. And wow, if you had an eye early to identify that there were only 7 of these, because I actually went to OpenSea and I was placing bids trying to get one of these things, and I really didn't put together that there was this rarity option. I remember one of these was going probably 8. You could have probably got one for 5 or something if you knew what you were doing and you acted quickly. But yeah, only 7 of these. And look at that box too. Like watch, it's gonna come around again and we're gonna see this thing come to life. I mean, super Halloween-y. And it's a mimic. So, you know, what is a mimic? Well, mimics are actually pretty popular in role-playing games. You know, in a lot of role-playing games, you'll run around and you'll find chests and stuff, and you know, you'll turn a corner and there's a chest there, and you're like, yes, there's a chest, and you roll over to it, you try to open it, and boom, it explodes into something that attacks you. So, Ben said, just wanted to say, I'm so happy that we created this mimic. Rare variant of the luggage as part of the Ramoa collab. As a Soulsborne fan, this is so cool to see one of my favorite brand embrace our culture and see this animation and NFT come to life. Which, how cool. I mean, how lucky. Whoever has those, like, well done. Because those are going to be sweet. And I mean, what is it going to be? Is it going to be a wearable that comes out of these? Is there anything in these? Like, what is this going to lead to? Some type of a weird animus, or I mean, I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably gonna have some kind of a wearable associated with it. And with this one, with only 7, man, that's gonna be an epic wearable for sure. So here's a look at the Soulsborne Mimic. You know, completely frightening. But yeah, that's an old mechanic of many RPGs over the years, and I don't know, it's a cool one. So anyway, congratulations to whoever got one of the 7. So, I mean, if I had to review the raffle and the whole Clonetober in general, I thought it was awesome. I mean, what I was most interested in, to be honest, for Clonetober was the entire narrative and the rollout of the lore and the story. Because we can really kind of draw on and extrapolate like into the future, like where this might all be going. And like, granted, we didn't get a ton of information, but we definitely got some more information, and that was really important to me, that they were pushing the story forward. I mean, granted, this was basically a side quest, but the progenitor, the research facility, and then the Wandersmith, like all of these items are coming together. And you know, the progenitor aspect of Clonetober was probably the most interesting part of it for me, because that's telling us where the clones came from and where this could be going. I mean, we still don't know what's going to happen here. Like, is the progenitor going to die? Is the planet killer going to come in there and destroy the system? Are the clones going to be carrying on like the birth of new clones, or the creation of new clones? I mean, with the planet killer heading towards the planet, it seems like that's pretty obvious that might be happening. But I don't know where this all factors in. I mean, the research facility, the shark, the coda. Like, are we going to see more incorporation or more rollout of a possible Yuga collab? I mean, there's a lot of speculation here, but to be honest, like, I don't know where we're going to go here, like with the Monolith 2. Because it's been delayed several times. And now, what is it? So we're going November 1st tomorrow. You get November and December, and then the new year. So I would think that we're definitely going to be seeing the Animus rollout, right? They're going to do the egg drop. We're probably going to get some more lore elements into maybe early mid-November, the lore elements, and then maybe mid-November, the actual egg drop. So that's going to be a lot for them to handle. So could we really see them also drop the Monolith 2? I mean, if this was a side quest and that's the main quest, I can't imagine them being able to put together all the same types of videos and all that work that goes into all of these animations and the story and the rollout. Like, are they really going to be able to pull all of that off? I don't know, to be honest. Like, if I had to guess, man, I'm not super confident that we're going to see the Monolith 2 before the new year. I could be totally wrong. Like, don't make any moves based on that or anything like that. You know, this is not financial advice. I know that could affect people like purchasing monoliths or selling monoliths. Like, I wouldn't do any of that because I don't know. I'm just out here guessing. I have no information. So I'm just providing my opinion on the matter. And if I would guess, Animus is going to take up most of November. And then, if I'm guessing here, okay, I would say we're probably going to see Poddecember. And I know Alts Anonymous and I were on the same page with this, that it's probably, we could see it on December 25th. That's what they did. That's when they rolled out the pods in the first place, in December 25th. I mean, are they going to revisit that date and offer pod burning on that date? That seems pretty likely. And if so, I would think that Poddecember, then, you know, the majority of December could be devoted to the pods, and then the majority of November could be be devoted to the Animus. So I don't know where that leaves the Monolith too. They might want some time to really roll out the lore with that. So let's just keep an eye on it. I'm sure we're gonna hear a lot more soon about the Monolith and possibly the pod burning too. So now I wanted to get into some videos that we saw. There was a bunch of great videos, not only from the team, but from the community as well. So I wanted to highlight some of these. This was from Sobi. And wow, he just did an incredible job with this. I mean, look at that. The lighting. I mean, the model looks great. Walking around with it, I would love to be doing this right now. So Sobi's taking things to the next level, and he says he's got a lot more coming. But just look at the lighting and the shadows and stuff. Like, gosh, if it really looks anything like that, we're just an incredible experience, to be honest. So props to Sobi for this, man, for sure. And then there was Cam. Cam had this stream. I actually was lucky enough to jump in there and see all this live. But man, it was really mind-blowing. Like, not only did he have his model rigged up so he could talk, but he had all these cool transitions and stuff. And then at one point, Traveler jumped in here in this really sweet animation. And Cam was like equipping the drivers and everything and like going through some of the animations. Like, here's Traveler right here. Check that out. Like, that was a total surprise and like completely caught me off guard, and it was so sick. So like, really well done, Cam. You really killed that, man. That was a fun stream to be part of. You always got to keep your head up. Like, you never know when somebody's going to be doing some crazy stream or something that you can jump in on. So that was great. Pixeldon, he dropped this right here. I can't play the music to it, but it's to Michael Jackson Thriller. But again, look at the outfit. Like, look at the movement on that shirt. And just look how great the render is. Like, the lighting and just the execution of all of this is just killer. So, like, I love the shoes, too. And the whole outfit, really. Like, Pixeldon's on point, for sure. Clonetober. That's a great title. I should have. That's an awesome title. All right. Oh, this was another one. Just let me see here real quick. Okay, so it was Ride. Rida's LP. Another really like imaginative video. I thought it was really interesting. All right, Savant here. I mean, this video just hit me hard, man. Like, look how like amazing that everything looks, to be honest. I mean, this is an Unreal, but like, look at the hat. But I loved the shoes. Like, check these shoes out. Right here. See, like, they're a little bit oversized, but they just look perfect. Like, that's exactly what you want here, is the shoes to be a feature. Like, when I saw that, I just got super excited to like have this character and then be able to go shop in the Neo Nike store or the Artifact store or some of our community member stores inside the city and just equip new shoes. Because like, look how like sick the shoes look. I mean, not to mention the hat and the wings and the jacket and stuff, but really like, this is such a great feature for these shoes. And the animation is so smooth. I mean, if it's anything like this, if Cyber City is anything like this, I mean, watch out, man. I mean, that's it. It's game over. And when I saw this, I was hoping like the Nike execs would see this video and just be like, all right, back the truck up. Let's get all the money, whatever it takes to make this happen. Let's do this. Because if they had this going and the Cyber City was up and running and they had a store in there and you could purchase shoes, like they would be selling digital shoes like hotcakes out here. And with an electrified supply chain, open 24/7, 365, no shipping, no warehousing, instant delivery, crazy high profit margins. Like you would think that Nike is going to be rushing to make this happen right here. And all we can hope is that it's going to look anything like this. That's all I can hope. And I hope Artifact takes a note here of what Savant did with these shoes. Because for my money right here, like if the shoes look like this, they win. It's a game, set, match pretty much. So, and now here's a really epic video from Artifact. I love this video right here. Mambo's gotta love it too with all their branding everywhere. Look at the particle effects, the directing, the animation. Completely crush this. What a great video. Look at all the worker bots, everybody's happy. Things are moving, Wandersmith's cranking it out. Yeah, so that was just a great conclusion right there. Clonetober. And I don't know, I mean, it was a great experience and there were some ups and downs for sure, right? But at the end of the day, I think it was a success. So for my review, I'm happy I was part of it. I mean, it really pushed my understanding further. I got to be part of a groundbreaking mint, really, right? Like where you're in an environment, you have a live raffle going on, a live mint. There was a multiplayer aspect if you wanted to be in there with other people. We had people on spaces, cam and alts, or cast and alts, and like, it was just a great experience all the way around. I mean, granted, it was mega stressful, but it was fun. I loved it. And then with these new 4 cases with like these new rarities and stuff, like where's that all gonna go? I mean, it turns out that we're not gonna find out until the Forge what those cases is, what they're actually gonna provide to whoever owns them. But we do know it's gonna be a completely epic piece of luggage at the end of the day, so. Yeah, this is actually, you know, a pretty short video. I just wanted to get in here and do a Clonetober review. It's Halloween today. Have some fun with our families, do some trick-or-treating, and just kind of decompress after all this madness, right? But it's time to get ready for Eggvember. I mean, I would expect that we're going to see some more lower rollout. And we're going to, you know, the eggs, even just like getting the eggs dropped. I mean, I was talking with the Clone X Maxis, and they were saying that, you know, what if there's some different size eggs or different versions of eggs with like different animus inside of them? That could be really interesting. So we're going to find out the answer to those details pretty soon. So yeah. Hey, thank you for joining me on Halloween. Clonetober is over. Eggvember starts tomorrow. It's going to be super exciting. And you know, if you were stressed out about that raffle and that mint, just try to keep your eyes on the prize, like the long term. Like, don't let the little frustrations along the way throw you off from being part of what is, I think, the best ecosystem in the entire NFT space. They're just constantly pushing, and you know, being a member of this, like, you're also learning, and you're on the wave. You're riding this wave of this tech, and like, you can be here to like explain to other people all of this. Like, this is really valuable learning. I mean, this doesn't just come along often, right, where you're this part of something this epic. So thank you. I appreciate you all. Happy Halloween, and go news yourself. Peace.